In the meantime, we're going to talk about vitamins and supplements. There is so much information out there about them. It can be a little tough to wade through it all and to figure out what you should be taking and what you shouldn't be taking. So we've called in Bryce Wylde to help break it down for you. Hello, Bryce.
Hey, Tracy, and you know what? If you're eating a lot of pizza and takeout, you better be taking your vitamins, I'll tell you that.
Okay, Bryce, when is the best time to take your vitamins? And do you take them with or without food?
Oh, that's a great first question. Okay, so here's the deal. Most of North Americans are taking a multivitamin. They're adding to that an omega-3. To that, they're adding a little bit of vitamin D. They're often taking vitamin C and some probiotics. That's quite a lot of stuff. About 75% of us are doing that. And so kudos out there because we should. But you're right to ask when the right time to take these things are. So here's the deal. The safest way is with food. When you're taking a multivitamin, there are some fat-soluble vitamins in there, namely A, D, E, and K. And these, because they're fat-soluble, need to be taken with some type of fat source. Now, if you're taking your omega-3 fatty acid, you're probably already absorbing those fat-soluble vitamins. But otherwise, you just take it with an oily fish or something in your meal, like a cooking oil, that will help absorb that. If you take a and we know that most people who supplement know this, if you take a multivitamin or a B vitamin, you can feel nauseous if you don't take that with food. Vitamin C doesn't count. 500 milligrams a day of vitamin C, you can take that on an empty stomach, and you should be fine, Tracy. What else do we have?
Okay, that's really good. That's good information. I got a lot for you. I want to talk about supplements now. So a lot of information about supplements out there. Are some formats better than others? And what are some of the do's and don'ts for choosing the right supplements?
I love that. Okay, so here's the thing. That is a loaded question. I can go on. We don't have enough time in this or multiple shows to cover it all, but here's the short list. Many folks are taking calcium for bones. So don't take oxides, chelates, citrates. When it comes to calcium, you want, and hold tight, this is a long word, you want microcrystalline hydroxyapatite. Why? We're talking about getting absorption to your bones. Want to replace what your bones are missing, not just get anywhere else in the body. A lot of supplement companies will cut corners and use cheaper, less absorptive ingredients. So that's calcium. Next up, you don't want to take the wrong type of magnesium for your brain. We all should be taking magnesium for the brain, but what we want is not to take oxides, citrates, and malates. Again, for the brain, it needs a very special type called magnesium threonate. So magnesium threonate is actually going to bypass what's called the blood-brain barrier. It's actually kind of a barrier right about here that's invisible, doesn't allow some things to enter, but it will allow magnesium threonate in there. Okay, so next up, the right type of vitamin B12. A lot of folks are actually supplementing with B12, and they should, but don't take cyanocobalamin. That's got a little cyanide molecule. It's synthetic. It's not going to kill you, of course, but it's synthetic. It's cheaper for them to make. And this is, of course, for things like energy, prevention of anemia. So what you want is a methyl or a denazylcobalamin. So you can see that on your screen. These are the types you want to jot down and make sure you're actually spending maybe a little bit more.
Ooh, those are good tips. And I think if anyone is at home homeschooling their kids, just forget the textbooks today and get them to spell everything Bryce said. Okay, one final question for you, Bryce. What supplements interact with prescription or over-the-counter medication?
If you're taking blood thinners, always talk to your doctor about supplementing with things like garlic and ginger and feverfew. There's quite a long list. Even too much of that omega-3 fatty acid I was telling you about can actually thin your blood. Never mix antidepressants with things like St. John's wort. That can really contradict, and as well valerian and even ginseng. So always talk to your doctor or pharmacist about these.
Ooh, good information, Bryce. Thank you for that.